We sell restaurants, case studies. When a French wine professional decided to relocate out of state, a distinctive 1,260 square foot wine bar in one of Fort Lauderdale's most affluent beach communities became available. Situated just off A1A in a vibrant shopping and entertainment corridor, the location benefited from steady foot traffic from beachfront condos, tourist hotels, and year-round residents. The space offered 40 indoor seats, 14 outdoor patio seats, and a private tasting room ideal for events. The kitchen was fully equipped, but did not include an exhaust hood, limiting traditional restaurant concepts. Equipment included commercial refrigeration, wine displays, espresso machine, and keg box. Monthly rent was $5,286, including CAM, with a lease through July 2026 and a 5-year renewal option. The seller built the concept around authentic French wines, curated charcuterie boards, and specialty cheeses. Monthly tasting events and a refined European atmosphere created a loyal following. The challenge was identifying a buyer who either appreciated the niche wine concept or could reimagine the space within its physical limitations. Broker Ken Eisenband of We Sell Restaurants, Florida Broward Palm Beach territory, introduced an unexpected but ideal buyer, a theatrical special events producer. Rather than continuing the wine bar model, the buyer saw the intimate setting as the perfect showcase venue for new theatrical productions and private performances. The sale created value on multiple levels. The seller successfully transitioned to a new opportunity. The buyer secured a turnkey venue requiring no build-out. Licenses transferred smoothly. All equipment conveyed, allowing immediate operational capability. The property found new life, supporting Fort Lauderdale's arts and entertainment community. This transaction worked because of creative vision, strong location fundamentals, and experienced brokerage guidance. The entertainment district setting, private event space, and manageable footprint aligned precisely with the buyer's goals. Ken Eisenband's understanding of the local market enabled him to match a specialized property with a non-traditional buyer profile. It was a strong example of how creative positioning expands the buyer pool and maximizes outcomes. Case Study 2. Burger restaurant sells in 23 days. Listing 33,988. Dahlonega, Georgia. In downtown Dahlonega, Georgia, a 1,170 square foot, 32-seat restaurant became available when its owners needed to focus on another venture. The second-generation space offered exceptional value, with strong visibility, parking for approximately 20 vehicles, and monthly rent of just $2,100 through June 2026. The fully equipped kitchen included a hood system, grease trap, fryer, flat top, table steamer, and BBQ smoker. The restaurant also featured 4 prep tables, POS system, furniture package, digital menu board, and The sellers brought significant credibility to the burger space. Years earlier, they operated Buck's Burgers in Griffin, Georgia, earning regional recognition and national exposure on the History Channel program, American Pickers. While their burger expertise was proven, other business commitments required their attention. In a remarkable alignment, the buyer was retiring and relocating from Griffin to Gainesville to be closer to family. Having followed the seller's previous Griffin restaurant years earlier, the buyer felt immediate familiarity with the Dahlonega opportunity. The location, size, and layout reminded them of the earlier concept they admired. It was not simply a transaction. It was a personal reconnection with a passion for creating quality burgers. Broker Robert Klaus of We Sell Restaurants, GA, Northeast Territory, recognized the strong alignment immediately. Shared geographic roots, passion for the concept, realistic positioning, and favorable lease terms created ideal transaction conditions. From listing to sold, the timeline was just 23 days. The results were exceptional. The seller was able to redirect focus to another venture. The buyer secured a fully equipped operation, and received 1 week of training to ensure a smooth transition. The college town location offered steady resident traffic, University of North Georgia students, tourist visitors, and wine country travelers. Limited competition in the breakfast through lunch day part created additional opportunity. Client feedback reinforced the strength of the process. Robert was extremely knowledgeable and easy to work with. My experience was amazing. Initial phone call to closing at a better price than I expected was under 30 days. I'd absolutely recommend them. This sale demonstrated the power of alignment, turnkey operations, and strong broker coordination. Robert Klaus's market knowledge and transaction management delivered both speed and certainty. Key lessons from both transactions. These case studies illustrate consistent themes in successful restaurant brokerage. Creative buyers expand possibilities. The Fort Lauderdale transaction proved that the best buyer is not always another restaurant operator. Creative repositioning can unlock new value. Speed follows alignment. The 23-day Dahlonega sale shows that when property positioning and buyer motivation align, transactions can close quickly. Turnkey operations reduce risk. Both properties included full equipment packages and ready-to-operate infrastructure, eliminating costly build-outs. Lease terms drive decisions. Favorable rent and renewal options significantly impact buyer confidence and valuation. Expert brokerage matters. Ken Eisenband and Robert Klaus each demonstrated how market insight, creative thinking, and disciplined execution produce strong outcomes. Location remains foundational. A1. A beach traffic in Fort Lauderdale and the college town tourism mix in Dahlonega both provided built-in demand drivers. Frequently asked questions. How long does it take to sell a restaurant? Timelines vary based on positioning, lease structure, market conditions, and buyer demand. The Dahlonega case closed in 23 days. Proper preparation and broker guidance accelerate the process. Do I need restaurant experience to buy? Not necessarily. The Fort Lauderdale buyer transitioned the space to a theatrical venue. For traditional restaurant operations, experience or structured training is highly recommended. What does turnkey mean? A turnkey operation includes equipment, furnishings, licenses, and infrastructure ready for immediate use. Buyers can operate without waiting for construction or major upgrades. How important is the lease? The lease is critical. Rent amount, renewal terms, permitted use, and landlord approval requirements directly impact operational flexibility. Can I change the concept after purchase? Yes, within lease and physical constraints. The Fort Lauderdale property's lack of an exhaust hood limited food expansion, but allowed alternative uses. What financing options are available? Options may include unsecured lending, SBA loans, conventional financing, seller financing, or cash purchase, depending on buyer qualifications. These two transactions reflect how preparation, strategic positioning, creative thinking, and professional representation create successful outcomes for buyers and sellers alike. We Sell Restaurants connects motivated sellers with qualified buyers across Florida, Georgia, and beyond. Whether you are preparing to sell or evaluating acquisition opportunities, experienced restaurant brokerage makes the difference. Contact We Sell Restaurants to discuss your next move.